back to the channel, and happy November to you. We're in the changing of the seasons, and as the weather is getting cooler, of course my riding apparel is changing, and I'm wondering, did I possibly start this motovlog thing at the wrong time of the year? I mean, I did start in September, and it was nice then, but how well can I sustain this thing through the winter? And I'm sure that's a question that pretty much everyone that does this has, unless they happen to live someplace where they can film year-round. This is not that place. I mean, most of the time it's going to be like it is right now. It's not terribly cold. I don't have a glove that will activate my phone, but it's like 50 degrees right now. So, I mean, that's not bad. Not bad at all. My biggest problem is after the sun goes down and I ride home from work. I'm currently on my way to work now. The biggest issue is going to be post-December. I mean, December it's going to get colder than it is now, but we really don't see the strength of winter here until January, February, and into March. That's when all the nasty stuff hits. Ice storms and, occasionally we'll get snow, but really mostly we just get ice. And I don't care how hardcore you are. If you're riding around on an icy road with a tire patch that's an inch wide at best, I'm sorry, you're nuts, man. I mean, if you can do it and you do it well, God bless you. You're a far more skilled rider than I am. That's when I break out the car for sure. Plus, if it gets down into the ice storm temperatures, which is well below 30 and oftentimes below 0, yeah, I'm getting in the car and turning on the heat. But for days like this and down into the 40s and maybe even into the 30s, yeah, this is totally rideable. You just got to have the right gear, and right now my gear is really, as far as lows I've tested, is only good to low 40s. After that, if I ride any real mileage, the cold does begin to seep its way through and get super uncomfortable. Usually my hands and my feet are the first to go. No hand guards, of course. These gloves here, I got them from a motorcycle leather dealer, but I wouldn't really count these as motorcycle gloves, honestly. Yeah, they're made of sheepskin and they've got a nice fleece liner on the inside, so my hands are fine. I don't have to turn on my heated grips right now. But there's no straps. There's no impact or slide protection on the palms. There's no knuckle protection on the outside. They're just fleece-lined leather wraps. And they'll do for now. I've had them for a couple of years now. They're real comfortable. I mean, my goodness, they are comfortable. They're the most comfortable glove I own, by far. But I've ordered another set of gauntlets specifically to replace these for winter riding. When I get those, we'll take a look at them. I'll go through it, and then I'll use them for however long I think I need to use them to get a good feel for how well they work and how good their quality is, and then I'll give you a review on those. Also, since my feet down there will get cold, especially the ankles, I bought a pair of battery operated heated socks just to see. We'll see how well those work. The thing is, where I work, there is no lockers or storage for personal gear. My saddlebags only carry so much, so I have to be smart about how many layers I wear and that kind of thing. It's not like I have a personal locker where I can just unload all my gear. I wish I did. I could probably plan for many more rides. Like, I don't even have rain gear because I got no place to put my wet gear if I ride to work in the rain. I just don't have any place to put it, so I don't bother attempting to ride it to work in the rain. Now, I've been caught on the way home a couple of times, and that's not bad because I got a place at home where I can dry my stuff out and, you know, things like that. But going to work, if I know it's going to rain, no, I take the car for that too, because I just don't have any place to put my stuff. So with the changing of the seasons, that usually means I will be changing the focus of my hobbies as well. Now, motorcycling will still be a part of my year-round, because even in the dead of winter, winter isn't so extreme and consistent here that I can't find, you know, at least one day during the week where I can break the bike out and ride it, which is important because I don't have a garage, so it's not like my bike sits on a lift all winter with a trickle charge on it. I don't have a trickle charger because I don't have a garage to put my bike in, so it doesn't really matter. I just keep it under a 4-season tarp and uncover it when I know I can ride it and get out and go. And so far, that has never failed me. The battery hasn't gotten low, hasn't died, hasn't caused me any issues whatsoever. So what are a couple of the other things that I like to do when I have to stay inside and it gets colder out? Well, the biggest thing, and probably the most important, well, I don't want to say most important, that puts a little more, that puts a little too much emphasis on it. I will say the first thing that I end up doing, and the one that takes most of my time, I suppose, is I get back into gaming. I have quite a large Steam library full of games, and I've got several more on my wish list that are just waiting to come out. I like primarily RPGs because I like stories. I like feeling like I'm in a book and I'm just playing the story out. I like MMORPGs, but those are kind of yeah, they lost their magic a long time ago. My first game that I ever played was EverQuest, and that really fired up my love for MMOs, just because of how new EverQuest was and how magical it was and the personal connections that were being made. And for many people a few years later, wow, World of Warcraft was that game for them. I personally hated WoW, although I did play it and was a guild leader there for a while. I still didn't really ever fall in love with it. And honestly, I hated it with a passion when I played the vanilla version of it. Right, because I was coming right off of EverQuest and wanting to see what WoW was all about, and I just saw it as a child's game, a milquetoast game, handing everything to you everywhere along the way. It just absolutely disgusted me, and I hated the graphics. But like I said, I did play WoW, and I've recently just got done playing WoW again for the third time in the, what was that expansion, the last expansion, the Dragon Force, Dragon Age, I don't know, Age of Dragons, I don't know, something like that. That tells you how little I really care about WoW. I mean, I played through the expansion, started running the dungeons, oh gosh, I don't even know what they're called now, the epic dungeons, the harder dungeons, where, you know, each time you run one, you get a new stone and it increases the difficulty, and I didn't do well there. I only got up to like times 11 or times 12. Honestly, there was no real purpose for me to go any higher than that to get the higher end gear, just because I wasn't in a guild that was chasing that stuff. I was a solo player. Whatever. Got tired of that, quit my subscription and uninstalled it. It's the same old grind over and over, and so it is with most any MMOs anymore. So I go back to my RPGs. I like the stories. Don't really care about the graphics, especially if it's an older one. Like I just got done playing an old school RPG called Risen. It's like, if any of you have ever played the Elder Scrolls series, I'm sure people watching this might know of Skyrim. That's like the most popular. And Skyrim is all right. It's good. It's not the best, not in my opinion anyway. I loved Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. That was so much more in-depth and detailed, and yeah, the combat was clunky and the graphics are so 2001, but you know what? That's when the game came out, so that's what you expect. I like it. Like I said, I think it's just far more imaginative and far more in-depth in what it wanted you to do and how it wanted you to go about doing it than Skyrim. And it didn't have a ton of fast travels. I mean, you had taxi service, but you just couldn't bop all over the map. You know, you really didn't gain anything by bopping over the map in fast travel or taxi service. There's so much to uncover and explore. Little random quests that you pick up here and there. But anyway, as I ramble on about games, that's where my love lies, really, is RPGs. And if I can get a co-op RPG where my wife and I can play together, that's even better. My wife likes FPS games, first-person shooters, and for her, you know, wow, her favorite by far is going to be APB Reloaded, and her and I played that together way back in the day when it first came out, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and to me, there's never been a game that's been so much fun in the first-person genre with so much wasted potential and has been so abused so badly by devs and hackers alike. I literally can't believe the game is still around, but it's got a hardcore fan base that's very loyal to it, and hackers or otherwise, they keep playing. And my wife's got a crew together now from different parts of the country, and in fact, different parts of the world, because I think there's a couple of guys from South America, and they practice and they are very diligent in honing their skills and tactics, and I've watched them just decimate known hackers, people that we absolutely know were hacking. They had their accounts banned and they come back in slightly different names, because hackers are arrogant creatures. They can't just go away. When they come back, they can't come back totally anonymous. They want you to know it's them, so they do a slight change in their name, and yeah, the hacking starts all over again. Yeah, they don't win every game, but they win a lot more than they lose. I'll give them that. Me, I don't love first-person shooters enough to devote that kind of time. I'm not keyboard literate either, so, you know, if I got to hit, the Q or the E button, I'm screwed. WSAD is about as good as I get. If I got to do something like shift and space, I will probably mess that up too. I'll hit Alt or Control or something else. Like, I mean, on Risen, it's a simple game, simple controls, but I somehow still managed to make fat finger my keyboard and make my heads-up display disappear on me halfway through the game, and I could never figure out. I could never figure out how to get it back. No matter how many keys I hit and what combinations, I could never figure out. And trying to find something online didn't garner any favorable results either. But I love RPGs that are series, like Gothic, Risen, Elder Scrolls, Halo. What else? The other spaceship one, N7, come on, think. Commander Shepard. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I forgot the name of that game. I've played it like 4 times, all 3 of them. Just because it's so much fun. But anyways, I like that game. Whatever it is, I like it. And then of course The Witcher. Granddaddy of them all, The Witcher. Especially Witcher 3 and the 2 add-ons. My favorite being Wine and Roses, I think it was called. Absolutely beautiful game. Loved it. And there's been a few new titles that have come out that I liked, but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. But you know, I mean, this channel, it is a moto vlog, and I'm vlogging right now about games. And you know, don't worry, you won't be bombarded with this every week. I plan on still releasing once a week throughout the winter time. Even if I gotta, you know, plan ahead and film like 2 or 3 videos in a day so I can slow roll them out as the weather turns worse. But yeah, we'll talk about some games. You know what? Tell me what you do. Drop down in the comments. I know I've got a few people, got a few subscribers, and my videos have been getting some pretty good views by comparison to the size of my channel. Tell me what you do, what you like to do when the weather turns foul and you don't ride. You know, of course, you know, like I said, gaming is mine. I also, you know, like a lot of people, watch YouTube. I'm subscribed to a ton of different YouTube motorcycle content channels. Again, the queen that I really like watching the most is Itchy Boots. Nora Lee, the creator for Itchy Boots content. In fact, last night I watched 2 of her videos to get caught up on her content. If you want something that'll give you anxiety, just watch her go through India. And the last 2 videos especially, Kashmir and the Golden Temple. Holy smokes. I literally had an anxiety attack just watching that. What else? Oh, yes. With the changing of the seasons, and as I spend more time in my car, that means I spend more time delving into another passion, pipes and cigars. And yeah, I don't smoke at home. My wife has sensitive respiratory issues, but I do smoke in my car. And I, you know, will usually have a cigar or smoke a pipe on the way to or from work. And then I'll make sure to air everything out. And just the other day, like this is the 2nd day this week that I've been able to ride. The first 3 days, it's a Friday, the first 3 days were just, the wind chill was just too much, too cold for me for the gear that I currently have. So I bought some Shorty cigars, and brand I've never tried before. And boy, did that hit the spot. That was so nice, so smooth, nutty, had a nice consistent ash to it, burned really evenly, and was just enough to where when I got done with the cigar, I was pulling into my parking lot at work, so perfect. So I will probably buy some more of those as my going to work or coming home cigar. But yeah, I don't look, and these were light-skinned, probably like a Connecticut wrapper. But I do like the darker and oily skinned ones, the little heavier ones with a thicker smoke, a bit more bite to it. But those are for different occasions. A lot of times those will be, we'll break those out when I'm with my sons. We have a little bit of bourbon with them. Yum, 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 yum. Good stuff. The other thing I like to do on going back to YouTube now is I'm bouncing all over topics because I don't script anything. I'm on the fly, so Yeah, I'm a kind of a music reaction junkie, specifically with Nightwish. Don't know why I like Nightwish reaction videos, but I do. And, you know, sound out if you know who Nightwish is, and sound out if you know the Wacken 2013 concert. My first exposure to Nightwish was with Floor Jansen as the lead singer, and I caught a hold of the video for the song Elan in my feed one day a few years back, and I was just hooked at that point. I was just hooked. So then I started digging through their other library of stuff and started researching them, and realized that Annette was before Floor, and then the great songstress Tarja was the first and original singer. And since then I've kind of followed the other two singers in their solo journeys, and Tarja, she's just amazing, and I've watched her develop over the years, and wow, she is amazing. She's definitely a favorite singer. But they're not the only reaction. I like watching Ginger reactions, especially the Pisces live session. That always throws people for a loop. I'm not gonna lie, it threw me for a loop the first time I watched it too. And then mixed martial arts, One Championship. That's the organization that I follow the most. They've got as far as I can tell, and what they claim is that they've got the highest finish rate of any organization, upwards to 70% finish rate. And they aren't just strictly MMA. I mean, they're MMA, yes, but they're Muay Thai, they're kickboxing, they're straight up grappling. Some people would find their grappling matches, a single 10-minute round, boring. I find it absolutely intriguing. It's like a chess match to see these world-class grapplers, to see who can submit who. And so far, the guy that's holding the championship there, at least in his weight class, is an American dude named Mike Minamuchi, I think it's called. His name is Mike Minamuchi. And I love this kid. He's so polite, so respectful, so just everything that is good and representative of what America should be, as opposed to the chaotic mess that it is now, at least from what you see in the cities. And then, of course, I like bare knuckle boxing, BYB Extreme, BKFC. In fact, I just bought this morning my ticket for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship Thailand, because two of the best Muay Thai practitioners in their country are going to do bare knuckle Muay Thai, I guess, tonight. I thought, no, tomorrow at 8 p.m. And I'm like, holy smokes, I guess, excuse me, 8-ounce gloves to 4-ounce gloves to rope hand wraps. None of that's enough, man. We got to do it bare knuckle. And I mean, why not? You don't wrap the elbows or the knees, and I've seen so many cuts happen from a elbow slice across the head, it's not even funny. So, and the guy that really got my attention was Senachai. And I probably said that wrong, but this guy's got like almost a 400 win to like 50 or 60 losses record. This guy's a legend in the Muay Thai world. And he's going bare knuckle with another legend and a friend of his, and they're both swearing that this is a real fight. They're not going to hold back. Their friendship gets put off to the side while they're in the ring, and they'll be friends again afterwards, no matter who wins. But it's going to be a real deal fight. So, yeah, I dropped $10 for a ticket. Why not? I want to see this. Well, anyway. Those are some of my loves and passions when I'm not actually on my bike. And believe me, out of them all, I do prefer being on my bike. But when the weather just says no, or my gear says, nope, I'm not going to keep you warm enough, then, and I'm taking my car, and that's usually going to be, when those kinds of weather snaps hit, 3, 4, 5 days, maybe 2 weeks at a time before I can get back out on the bike again. These are the things that I do. These are the things that I like. So what about you guys? What do you like to do? If you can't ride, what is your next go-to? Let me know in the comments. I've been real good about answering everybody back. It's not like so far I've been swamped, right? I'm a baby channel. But I go back and I check all my videos, you know, at least once a day, just to see if anything new has dropped. If you dropped a comment on my Vaquero, you know, on my Vaquero video, you know I'm answering you. And all the other ones, the KLR and so on and so forth, if I see a comment, I'll answer it. So if you want to talk about Nightwish, music in general, gaming, whatever, drop a comment down in this video. I'll see it, and you know, I'll answer it, and we'll have a sit down. But I think that's all I'm going to talk about for now. I'm almost to work. My throat's feeling dry. And yeah, we'll catch you later.